Hey, so this is a requested video on how to transfer head measurements to a canvas head. The materials that you're going to need to do this is, of course, your canvas head. Now, the canvas head is probably the most important thing when you're transferring your measurements because it needs to be a canvas head that is similar shape and size to your actual head. This canvas head is a canvas head with a circumference of 22.5, and that is my circumference, and also it has a similar shape as my head does as well. So that is the most important thing. You need to find a canvas head that has similar size and shape to your actual head. The second thing that you're going to need is, of course, your actual measurements. And these measurements that we're going to use today for an example are just standard head measurements of a medium cat. And the third thing that you're going to need is a soft measuring tape, and we're going to use this to actually measure out the measurements onto the canvas head. And the last thing that you're going to need is 2 or more really good Sharpies. I always get at least 2 because for some reason the ink tends to run out on this blue painter's tape, so I have another one for backup. So if you're interested in learning how to transfer head measurements to a canvas head, please keep watching.
Okay, so let's get started. The first thing that we have to do is find where the front of your canvas head is and where the back of it is. Right now, I'm picking the back of my canvas head because there is a dip in the back, just like on a real person's head. And I'm going to go ahead and mark the back with my Sharpie, and I'm going to label it as well. So the next thing that we need to do is go ahead and find our first measurement, which is the most important measurement, and that is your front to nape measurement. This measurement is so important because it's the basis for all of your other measurements. And when we do find the front to nape measurement, we're going to draw a bold black line down the front to the back. So right now I'm just picking a place to start my measurement at. And I'm going to start by drawing a little line there. Now my front to back measurement is 14.5, so I'm going to just start where I made that line and go all the way down to 14.5. And I'm going to indicate where that ends with a line. So now I have my front to nape measurement. Now I just need to draw a line from the front all the way to the back. And just keep in mind that this line does not have to be perfect, but you're just going to draw and connect those dots, as you can see. Now we're ready for our next measurement. Now we're going to do our ear to ear measurement across the front. And the reason why we're not going to do over top yet is because we don't know exactly where the ear tabs are. So if you do it across the front, you'll be able to more accurately find the ear placement. And my ear to ear measurement across the front is 12. And as you can see, I just folded this measuring tape in half. Not because I don't know what half of 12 is, but because it's just easier to fold it in half and put that directly on the line, the center line that we made. And all the measurements from here on out are going to be the total measurement halved, and this is just an easy way to accurately go ahead and transfer your measurements. So as you can see, I just marked on both sides from the center line to equal the total measurement. And this will be the top of your ear, by the way. Now, the next measurement that we're going to do is ear to ear over top. So, again, I'm going to take my measurement, which is 13.5, and just go ahead and fold the measuring tape in half. And I'm going to go ahead and place where I just have the measuring tape right on my center line. And as you can see, it just so happens to end right where that ear tab is. So now I'm just going to go ahead and make a curved line because I know that's where my ear is going to be. And just go ahead and do the same thing to the other side. As you can see, it's right at 13.5 where I made my mark to begin with, and we're just going to make a curved line now. And a lot of this is you know, being able to use your imagination and visualize where things are going to be so that you can go ahead and make some sort of outline. The next measurement we're going to take is your temple to temple measurement, and you're just going to have to keep in mind that since the width of this canvas head isn't the real width of someone's head, it's a little bit more narrow, then your temple to temple measurement is going to come to the front a little bit further than it would if, say, you had a thicker canvas head, or even if you put a head mold onto the canvas head to make it stand out a little bit more towards the back. So again, we're going to use this center line as a reference. The temple to temple measurement is 14.5, and we're going to fold the measuring tape in half once again, putting that middle point right onto our center line and going all the way to 14.5 towards the front. Since I can't really hold this, I'm just going to indent the canvas head with my nail so I can see where to mark it at. And now we're just going to make a marking on the other side as well. And there goes your temple to temple measurement. Now that we've done the temple to temple, the last important measurement to take is your nape. And my nape measurement is 5.5. Again, we're going to fold it in half and put the midpoint onto our center line. And I just went ahead and marked out the nape. And now I'm going to go ahead and trace a simple outline. Keeping in mind that the nape is curved, I'm just going to use some of that artistic ability and make a nape curve. Next, we're just going to go ahead and connect the nape to the back of the ear. Again, it does not have to be perfect, it's just approximate. And as you can see, I'm just going to continue to trace it out all the way around to the front. And that is the outline. So that's how you transfer your measurements. Thank you so much for watching.